Hey guys, what's up? Back with another video, and today we got a brand new performance review on a Nike Sportswear Basketball Retro. This is the Nike Zoom Flight the Glove. They originally released in the 90s for Gary Payton's signature shoe, and since then they have been retroed by Nike Sportswear, although they still are very playable in, so I decided to try them out, and now after playing in them for a while, I am going to let you know what I think of the Nike Zoom Flight the Glove. So without too much more talking, let's get right into the performance review. Alright, so starting with the traction, guys, we have this predominantly just flat, straight, or sort of wavy line traction. Of course you have your black rubber underneath, but for the most part it is all flat. There's no like textures or grooves or anything that you can't see on the camera. So on dusty courts this did not perform very well. I was playing at the YMCA near my house and it was pretty dusty and I was not liking it. I was slipping and sliding. I was finding it hard to cut how I wanted to, and especially on like cuts where I just go off the ball of my foot or just off the outside of my foot where I only had a small amount of foot on the ground. I really felt some slippage. On clean courts though, these performed excellent just because there is a lot of rubber contact with the court. It creates a lot of friction, so on clean courts these were actually an extremely good shoe for traction. So if you are available, or if you are able to play on a clean court all the time, I would definitely recommend the traction on these, but on dusty courts it did not perform adequately in my opinion. Cushioning was actually very good on this shoe. You have your Zoom Air cushioning along the forefoot, or along the midsole, pardon me, like it does say right there, and you could really feel that very responsive Zoom Air compared to some shoes where you can barely feel it at all, at least in my opinion. And of course, along the ankle collar, you have this very plush ankle collar, which really felt nice on your foot. So cushioning was definitely the best part of this shoe, I would have to say. And it just feels like you're walking around in a marshmallow. It may be actually too much cushioning for some people that like a responsive feel, because this did feel like your foot sort of sunk into it every time you took a step. So if you're looking for a very responsive feel with court feel, that may not be the shoe for you. But if you're looking for something that just impact protection, comfort, feels like you're wearing a nice, soft, comfortable shoe, this is definitely one that you may want to try out. As far as materials go, there's nothing really special. You just have your neoprene upper, and underneath you have your mesh. So basically just average materials. You do have your nubuck eye stays and a nubuck touch on the tongue right there, but the part that's going to actually be having to deal with the wear and tear is all neoprene with your little nubuck on the medial toe, as well of course your rubber outsole. So basic materials. You shouldn't have to worry about these ripping or falling apart, but of course they're not going to last forever, just like any shoe. But if you don't want something to fall apart, like I know Hyper Revs or Kobe 8s, mesh shoes do tend to rip, you're not going to have to worry about that with these shoes. Ventilation on these, definitely the low point of the shoe. As you can see, you're completely covered with a neoprene shroud. Even if you do unzip it and cuff it down, you still have a very, very thick mesh all over the shoe, so breathability is basically zero on this. I will not give it zero because I've played in worse shoes, but it's pretty much no ventilation on the Zoom Flight the Glove. Last we have Lockdown. Honestly, I was a bit disappointed with Lockdown. If you guys have watched other videos about the Nike Zoom Flight the Glove, you know that this is called Monkey Paw. It is supposed to be a revolutionary lockdown system, and it's supposed to be really good. So I was looking forward to playing in these because I thought the lockdown would be super good. But I was actually really let down by the lockdown on these. The heel, I mean the shank plate lockdown is actually pretty good. Like your foot isn't slipping and sliding or turning in ways that's unnatural, so you can tell that that keeps the shoe in place like it should. Also, the lockdown on the toes on both the lateral and medial sides. Your toes aren't sliding side to side, but all the problems of the lockdown came in the heel area. My heel was just woo, all over the place. Like, as you can see, it is a very thick ankle collar, so even though there is this monkey paw right here, there's so much material in between your ankle and the monkey paw that if you make a cut to one direction, your ankle is going to slide into this material, and by then it's already gathered so much momentum that it's sort of going to bend the monkey paw, pardon me, backwards. So my foot was sliding around in this. My forefoot was completely locked down. The bottom of my foot felt stable, but my heel was like sliding around like every which way. I really didn't like the lockdown. I had it laced all the way up to the top eyelet, and my ankle was still sliding around. So there's that, and lockdown was not a very good part of this shoe. If you're looking for something like if you're a guard and you're cutting, making lots of lateral movements and stuff, I would not recommend this. If you are a post player like me though, you can get away with it, so just keep that in mind, but lockdown was definitely the low point of this shoe. As far as the fit goes, I went true to size with my 12.5. I feel they fit very good. If you have a wide foot, I would recommend staying true to size as it is a pretty thick shoe, so if you have a wide foot and usually go up half a size, I would still recommend staying your true size with the shoe as it is more wide than most sneakers. If you have a narrow foot, I would also recommend going true to size just to cover all bases. Just go true to size on the shoe. If you have to, I would go down half a size before you go up half a size, but that's just my opinion. So that is pretty much going to wrap this up, guys. Overall, it's an alright shoe. Traction on a clean court was excellent. Cushioning was excellent. The materials are not going to wear out on you very quick. Breathability not so good, but that doesn't really matter to me. And of course, the big letdown on this was the heel lockdown. I did not feel that the monkey pod did the job. So that is my opinion on the Nike Zoom Flight the glove. Let me know what you think of them if you've played in them, and if you guys want to pick them up, let me know down in the description just so I can get a feel of who is feeling this shoe. They are available at Nike outlets for around $80 to $100 if you guys are wondering, and there are some nice colorways of these, so even if you don't want to play ball in them, casual use would also be pretty good, because that's what I'm going to be using them for from now on. So thank you for watching to this point, guys. Hit that like button if you haven't already. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video. So until then, peace.